Okay. Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. How is everyone? I'm OracleUnicorn, and welcome to Shaman Messages. When usually I don't do them. This is welcome to Shaman. This is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Put some things in your back pocket. You never know, you might need it for later. Don't forget to check your zodiac signs on my Facebook page, #OracleUnicorn. So I like listening to music a lot, especially meditation music, and I went into meditation again this morning because I was feeling, interesting enough, I started changing certain things because I actually felt like I wanted to do a video on my book of unicorn, which is usually not a good thing. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and do something differently. I was just like, I'm just going to sit with myself about this one, and I'm going to meditate about this. I mean, like, for real, actually meditate about this. So I actually changed it up. So I guess so it's showing me how much, let me correct my wording, it's showing me how much the soul healing is really working. And it's like I'm listening to what would be better for me to do. And in the process of this, there was a commercial that comes up, right? And the commercial was like, this guy asked his mom, how do I know if it's just a crush or if I really love them? And then basically, like, he said his mom told him, how you know if it's a crush is you say you love them because. How you know it's real love is you say even though. And I was like, whoa. I was like, yeah, that is good. I was like, and then I really started to think about all the times that I've felt in an expression of love, really felt deep love for them. And what did I say about it? And I was like, I love them because of this. Well, that's obviously was not real love. And then it's like, I look all the way through all of them. And all of them but one was a because. And then only one was even though. I love them even though I went through this. I still love them even though, like, everything I thought about them was even though. And I was like, that was a meant to be thing. Even though it was a commercial, that was meant to be. I was just mind blown. I was in awe, and I so had to share that. Yeah. If it's a crush, you say it's because. If it's love, you say even though. Even though this, you still love them. Even though, and even though. And I was like, oh, that was amazing. I was okay. So I am going to go ahead and get into the reading for y'all today. So let's see what we have. There must be something coming up that's going to cause a lot of delays in my work, because this usually doesn't happen. I don't usually like push out readings like this unless there's going to be some sort of energy shift, or there's going to be something that's going to take up my time. So we'll see, because it is quite weird that I'm wanting to do a reading, you know. This isn't not normal of me. Usually I'm like, oh, it's the weekend. I get to just refurbish my energy, and I'm just like, I don't feel like I need a refurbish. I just Wow, there's this beginner mind and a deep dive. A deep dive into something. A deep dive in new discoveries. It looks like someone may have a beginner's mind in a something that seems like a risk. Oh, wow, you're keeping a clear mind about this and making amends. There's going to be a reconciliation. And for some of you, this is how do I express this? This is, I don't want to say ignition because it's not really ignition. Because if it's not making amends with someone and there's still some loose ends and certain things that maybe someone may be working through, this feels like it could be in the 5D, making amends without really having to speak, okay? And because this is recognition of our unity and forgiveness. So there was some sort of resentment that was here. And you're making amends. But for some of you, you're not face-to-face making amends. I see this, you're making amends in the 5D world. And both of you just know it's happening. And this is why I feel this is recognition of our unity. Like the unity beyond the scene. Because there's an element of understanding this is more powerful in the unseen than it is in the scene, okay? Especially if y'all are, quote unquote, what they call like star seeds. A lot of people are, have this belief and kind of work structure when it comes to a lot of these things with star seeds, the work when it comes to star seeds with the twin flame reunions and it's star seed unions. That's what a lot of belief out there is happening with. So, well, I would say with YouTube and the card reading community, usually that's where I'm hearing a lot of this stuff. Star seeds, all of that. It's all over YouTube. And a responsibility, it's really honoring the passage of using one's power, the rite of passage of taking accountability and leadership in one's power, like true essence power within themselves. Because we do have the crown gains here. With sublimation of existence and the stars in the sky and creating more limitless possibilities in the tangible world, okay? In the seen world. But doing a lot of this in the unseen world, which I personally I agree with, because I see myself using a lot or moving more into this way of new expression and release, not feeling like I have to release the old way. I feel heard now than I used to. So I feel like this was an extreme shift. This was an extreme shift about a lot of things. And to know that when you tap into this, the forces of the universe, that this is why the forces of the universe, you feel heard, like you don't have any blocks inside of yourself and your self, I would say, illumination to vibrate out. And then, it brings in that satisfaction of feeling heard. It worked. I felt heard. Usually back then, I still wouldn't feel heard. I felt like I needed to make a video to feel heard. I felt like I needed to make a video to send a point out and hopefully it gain its own energy of power in a way, or a way of like kind of standing in an energy of leadership. And I'm also seeing there's a better way to go about this, which makes me very happy, actually, because it's a healthier way to go about it. I feel like I am still doing it, but I'm not in a way forcefully trying to get people to listen. I'm doing this on a energetic level, and I can feel the difference and know I'm being heard, even if I don't see it. So it's quite different. And I feel like that's what's coming into this group thinking. We're bringing this group thinking, this collaboration of group thinking, on a different level with collaboration, because I feel like a lot of us are just going to know on a 5D level, and it really brings out those of us that are really connected to that realm, to know all of us are doing it, because you're gonna you feel it and you can hear it in the unseen world. Who knew I was going to bring such a crazy reading like this? Like, what? I really didn't have much of those type of realizations this morning until like now. I'm like, I mean, that is what I felt was going on, and I got beautiful cleansing energy out of it. I did, release some tears, usually like what happens in my book of the unicorn, or the my book page. I end up, releasing tears over expression. But I feel satisfied. And this is what I was looking for. This is what I was working so hard for. This is why I was making videos over there. And now, just even having that, and I can use it as examples. And I'm not embarrassed still. Because, when people go up in this kind of level, they can look back on, some people would look back on what they did and be kind of embarrassed. No. It is an element of, being happy with my past self for doing something she really hoped her future self was going to thank her for doing. And I hoped that that's what it would be. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, it is. And very grateful for it. Like, it's just, I feel it in my heart. Like, I'm so appreciated. Like, when I was going through a lot of these self-awakening things, and, I try to express with myself how happy and proud I am of the work I'm doing now. And I'm going to be very happy with myself of the past. And, I didn't feel it like I feel it right now on this kind of level. Like, it's very much different, because this is, see it differently. I can literally, like, when I get to the point in my life where I'm going to end up in interviews over a lot of these things, I have things I can send people back to and be like, you're not alone. When some people express certain things like, oh, I know how you feel, I went through that too, da da da, and they, express what they went through too. And sometimes, that person's like, I've went through those feelings. Sometimes that person's like, yeah, but, I get what you're saying, but da da da, and I can be like, all right, maybe seeing that, and then also, reflecting upon what you were doing, but also seeing that I went through, seeing for themselves the heartbreaking energies of trying to make it, working so hard to understand and not understanding, and how frustrating it can really feel. Like I can give that, instead of just say it. I can actually give it. And then I can shift it, because I can show how much time it has been since I've felt the need to do that. And it's like the before and after energy, I can see it in my eyes. This morning I woke up and looked at my eyes, and I was like usually I can see energy, or like kind of dark circles around my eyes. It doesn't matter how much sleep I get. I can see the difference. I can see in myself the real growth, the real physical difference it truly is doing, than to feel like you're working so hard to accomplish something and feel like you're not seeing any results, or to feel like you're sad because you don't want to sit here and think, why am I not seeing results? Why do I feel stuck? I'm listening to everything. I'm working at anything people say when it comes to soul healing. Why am I not feeling the results? Why am I not seeing them? Why do I feel like I'm in a perpetual cycle again? Beating against the wall again. I totally get that feeling, and it really sucks. And so I honestly, literally, with everything in my life, beat my head against the wall until I figure it out. Because to me, it's that important to figure out. Because if this is a real issue and I can create a solution, or even give a solution for something like this, how much it would really open everyone and truly be able to raise the vibration of our life all together. Raya, the last, I think it's the last dragon, but it's on Disney Channel, has a lot of these things too. And I watched that with my son this morning, and it was perfect. It was all talking about unity, and it was talking about how when everything kind of came apart, and all these different tribes started fighting against each other and separating each other, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse, until they all came together and worked together to be able to restore everything. And I'm like, we're making movies like this already. Why? How come it's so hard for even the higher arcs of our world to allow themselves to come into this because of control. I know y'all ain't happy, just because you have control over so much doesn't mean that you're going to find sublimination happiness, If anything, you're carrying around 20 wands, not even just 10 wands. You're carrying around 20 wands, if that more, That was weird. I know y'all heard that. My cat is literally sleeping and laying down over there. My son is playing his video game in the living room. And that was a bag of toys that just fell behind my mirror. That was cool. So, yes. And I feel like this is the leadership accountability energy. Everyone taking their accountability in their power of their own leadership, and all of us coming together in our leaderships as one. Somehow, just like it said in the movie, they were talking, there's a specific name of their unity, of everyone coming together, and no one believed it because of the change, because of all the chaos that was happening between each and every individual tribe. No one believed it, but maybe the one person who was the leader of a tribe that was considered to be the heart, of course, y'all, right? And believed it to be how possible. And his daughter was the one that ended up having to go venturing out and strengthen these beliefs in themselves about this, and to see the truth in the matter of all of this and make it happen. So, yeah, wow. What a beautiful reading. This is great. I love it. And I also kept asking myself, how can I make this possible by just being me? Because we don't have to do more than who we are. This is one of the biggest self-understanding lessons. We don't have to do or be more than who we are with all of our heart and what we naturally love to do with our own talents. We don't have to be more than that. We can truly be who we are in our full acceptance and awareness of ourselves, and it naturally come together. And so I was like, well, how can I with my natural abilities push it forward more? I was like, how can I push this more? I wish I knew how, and how can I create myself to be even more of an example to the possibility of it happening, and it happening soon, and it working, to show it's working. What can I do? So I went through a lot of that too. Because, I'm an Aquarius, y'all. We are like this. Even though we seem to be antisocial, we seem to be aloof and don't like to talk and don't like to socialize. Well, it's because we're sitting so in depth with ourselves, usually, just to figure out how to expand an uprising in a positive way, and a unified raising of understandings and union in the world. Like, we get in depth into this because we're humanitarians. We are the humanitarians of the zodiacs. I feel like this is why Aquariuses tend to be so far up in the clouds. And I'm just extremely thankful I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart, or I wouldn't have the capabilities to come out of the clouds and create something here in the tangible for all of us. Yeah, I'm very thankful, and I used to hate it. I used to literally despise the fact that I had so much Capricorn in me, because to me, I've experienced so much an element of selfishness in Capricorns. I mean, I have. And not that they're necessarily, Capricorns are selfish. No, I'm just saying that's an element I've experienced the most through them. And, that's all in being able to work with balancing oneself. It's just because there's usually a lack of understanding, or how to understand what is going on, or a self-awareness about maybe what they naturally do, and then to be able to bring more balance with that with others. Okay, that's not, I'm not downing Capricorns. I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart, so I would be downing myself too. I'm just saying, as an element of what I'm trying to bring out here. Okay. Funny. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get to pull more cards. We only got 6 cards here, and holy cow. Yeah, the lost compass, finding the way home. Finding the way home for all of us. And into opportunity. Like, creating this opportunity. Like, this is not a tangible or a real life animal, it's a caterpillar, and it's see-through, it's mystical, but it's real, it's energy, it's everything that is behind it is real. An opportunity is real, but the energy of opportunity is unseen. What makes it tangible is what's behind the opportunity. So somehow there's a point behind that, and I kind of lost it. So there you go. Finding the way home, and this huge opportunity just illuminating. And then we have the intricate complexity of life, the matrix, the opportunity of like the creating of the matrix, and the matrix we all are happy with, we all work together with, we all are in a sense of union with. Like, oh, that Disney movie is like Raya the Last Dragon, or Last Something Dragon. It was amazing. Like, yes. Awesome stuff. Okay. And then I feel like this is like an extreme overall sublimation of the ego, or ego sublimation, the shattering of all of this. Like the opportunity of the awareness, shattering all of this for us. And I just feel that this is why this work is so important. This is why soul retrieval is so important, okay? Reach out to whoever is near you where you can find soul retrieval. If you have if you know anyone that has capabilities of even being able to do this, or get the book Soul Retrieval by Sandra Ingerman. There, she gives exercises. She gives exercises and how to practice a lot of this, and how to be able to retrieve an energy of your own soul, even though she says point blank in there, you can't do it unless it's almost impossible to do it unless you're a shaman. It's considered a miracle, but I don't believe that. I believe you can, and if you feel you have that strong will in yourself, you have that belief in yourself, you have this capability. If I have this capability to do it, dude, yeah, we all have this capability to do it, okay? And this helps shatter everything. This helps to bring what a lot of us are looking for. A lot of us that feel communities, it's what's going to fix this. A lot of us that feel soul healing is what's going to fix this. A lot of us that feel getting rid of the government is going to fix this. And I feel like it's taking accountability and leadership and responsibility in your own path and sublimation of your own ego, and then the unpresented opportunity and road is revealed to you because of doing this and because of retrieving your soul, truly creating yourself to be one, because of these missing pieces. Okay, I had to do another soul. I was playing with my cards, and my cards kept giving me a soul retrieval, and I'm like, really? And then I really started to think about it, some things I was saying, and I was like, you know what? I agree with you. I was actually telling myself, hey, this is missing. Hey, this is missing. There's a specific thing I was talking about with someone else that, it was coming out, and it was a heavy energy of abandonment, but abandonment energy with family, with family, feeling like I never felt like I was a part of my quote unquote blood family. I was always abandoned. I felt like I was always the black sheep. It was deep embedded energy of abandonment. And it just got worse and worse and worse as I was an adult. I literally felt like, okay, so I'm not a part of the family because I'm an adult. I don't deserve to be a part of your life because I have money, or because I don't have money. I don't deserve to have your love or to be around you because I don't have money. And it's like, this doesn't make any sense to me. I thought family is supposed to be there for each other. I thought that was the meaning of family. Like in Hawaii, they say ohana. Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind or forgotten or shoved aside because your family feels like you're not good enough to be a part of them or to be a part of their clique. Oh, you don't have any money. You always make us feel bad because we feel like us having stuff makes, it's like, that's not acceptance. That's not, and this is what made me have really, really rough issues when it comes to Christianity, because this happened to me the most with Christian people. Like, I was not good enough, or I was a bad person because God didn't help me with this, because God didn't help me with this. And I kept sitting here thinking, I thought God said, don't judge her for the road I asked her to walk, or don't judge her for the road she walks. Don't judge her for the road I asked her to walk. Something like that. I'm not, I kind of left that road. So, I was like, this does not fit me. I was like, this does not make me feel at home. I want something that makes me feel at home with myself, that it's okay. I like what I like. It's okay. I am who I am. It's okay. I'm meant to be who I am because that's who I was born to be. So this is why I grabbed for all of this. I reached for all of this because I felt like I was in this 6-foot hole. Like, I didn't deserve a happy life. I felt like I was in this 6-foot hole. I didn't deserve to be happy in a relationship. I wasn't good enough to have a family because I felt like, well, I was cheated on and I did everything I was supposed to. I guess I'm not good enough. And I feel like that's what made me go homeless. I wasn't good enough to have a home. I didn't have any money. I wasn't good enough. And this is what a lot of us are feeling. And it's rough. And it's not all of our family's fault. It's honestly the way our government has conditioned us to live as a society. And in my eyes, this is not right. This needs to change. The fact that we're afraid of our own justice system, the fact that they put innocent people in jail, the fact that you're putting more than half of your United States citizens in debt because you feel we owe you something. You feel we owe you. You feel we owe you. But yet you were created to be there for us. You were created to control us. That's not what was on the Constitution. What was on the Constitution was you're there to help keep unity going. The justice system was there to get in the middle of two people fighting and going, okay, well, you get into the details. Not, oh, you have facts about this, you have facts about this. What looks the best? Oh, you have more money? Oh, okay, well, then I guess you win. That was not what this was built off of. But this is how we're treating it. This is how we're treating our own people. And this is why we have suicides. Oh no, it's just because those people are crazy. Yeah, you would like us to think that, wouldn't you? Because you would like to keep that going. No, this is not right. This is breaking us apart. This is keeping us lost. And then you look at us, that it's the government looks at us, that it's our fault. We have more and more and more and more homeless people, when SSI is supposed to help those that can't work to stay off the street, to be supported. An SSI check can't even support someone living, let alone taking care of kids. And then you're worried, oh, we're paying out for y'all to be able to do this, paying out for you. Well, that is kind of what our whole system was kind of built off of, to keep us going good. Now you've kind of shifted everything and made it very, very greedy, in that the 1% are the only ones that matter. And if you want to matter, you have to create yourself to be 1%. I don't think so. All those people that I have met on the street are extremely important. What about the mentally ill that have nowhere to go? The mental hospitals have no funding to be able to help these people, or to even house them in a safe area away from other citizens, or even in an area where they can feel at home and citizens don't have to turn a blind eye to people suffering. No, we can go, oh my goodness, there's someone on the street. We have a phone number to call, and they go do their job. I mean, everyone wants to tell us to do our job as citizens. What about y'all? What about y'all doing y'all's job? I mean, and doing it for real, and not trying to manipulate and undercut your own citizens. And this is what I have the most problem with, because I'm a stay-at-home mom. And feminism has made it very hard to be happy with being a stay-at-home mom, or to have support being a stay-at-home mom. I'm sorry, I didn't just pick a man and say, oh, okay, I'll pick you to support me because I can't support myself. I'm a stay-at-home mom. That's a job too. At least that's what I thought. I mean, it takes a lot of work. And then it's stressful when you're forced to be a mom and figure out how to be a father. Not father as in replace the father, but father as in a home, like the one that can help you to bring equality, or to bring a balance to keeping a home. I mean, come on. Like, it just doesn't seem right. It really doesn't. And it's like the 1% are so happy being the 1%, they don't care we're suffering. Well, if all of our currency has no meaning, who would truly be suffering? Or even if all the electricity went out, what if there was a whole society fallout? Who would then really be suffering? Who would y'all 1% would have to go stick your tail up underneath your butt and go towards the people that know how to survive, know how to make a shelter out of something, or go hunting, or, we had to figure this out because y'all shunned us. You think we're going to want to help you after you done that? I don't know. And then all the programs. Like I've said before, the single parents program. If I'm a single parent and I need help, and I mean, that should make me eligible. That should not give you a right to be like, oh, well, we're not taking any more clients. I don't care. You're a program. You get funding. Why is it okay for you to turn me away when I meet all of your requirements? That is not good. I don't think so. That is not good. On top of work resource places. Okay, if obviously I'm having a hard time keeping a regular job and I'm coming to you to help because you're rehabilitation for those who have mental illnesses, to have that's given it difficulties to be able to keep a job. And there's a lot of people that doesn't want to be on medicine anymore. So just because I'm not on medicine, you're not going to help me. Just because I'm not dumbing myself, just because I want to find a better way, you're not going to help me. When I came to you for help, that's what we were supposed to do. I've literally lost all faith in our organizations because I have been turned away from every one of them. Every one of them has shunned me and said, I'm not good enough. And I'm like, I thought this is why I went to y'all. I thought this is why y'all were made. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense to me either. Okay. And I'm tired of keeping all of this secret. And I'm pretty sure a lot of other people that has been shunned away from all of this was tired of keeping it a secret too, or felt like, what? And then they've lost whatever it was they were trying to support, or some of them lost their kids. And then you ask, you're all mad about why our orphanages are overran. And I'm sorry, you have to jump through so many fiery hoops just to be able to adopt a child. I mean, why? Like, why don't you just give that child? Because they have actually rougher times growing up in those orphan homes and bullying going on than to monitorize a family caring for a child and giving them a regular life. No, you have to have this, you have to have this, and you have to have this, and you have to have this. And then while you're saying all of this and grabbing a crap load of money out of these people, you just got all these kids piling up. And then they say, because my mom has went through this program, tried to go through this program, and basically you have to be in that child's vicinity until they're 18. And then I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so the teenager can't live a teenager life because their parent has to be around them every second of the day and night. A 16-year-old is not going to want their parent around while they're hanging out with friends. That's not giving them a normal life. That's suppressing them even more. And then you have a suppressed adult. Good job, government. I'm going to move on. And I feel this is why we all feel so lost. It's because we're like, okay, you tell us we need to go get help, but then you send me back to right where I was. And then you're wondering why I'm trying to commit suicide? What? Okay, sure. Okay, I just kind of, in my personal opinion, I just kind of wish our government would kind of wake up. I really do. I wish our government would wake up and go, oh, wow. Whoa, this is not working. Whoa, this is pretty broken. Yeah, okay. So let's get soul healers. Let's get soul retrieval people in there, because they're the ones that's whole. They're the ones that's figured out and healed all this lost direction, all this lost space. They're the ones that have this sublimation of ego. They're not going to be ran by their ego. Why not get all these people up there to fix our system? I mean, it's not that hard. Oh, because the people that are already there are very egotistical. No, this is my job. This is how it's supposed to be. And this is what you're doing to us. And then you wonder why we're like this? Come on. I mean, what? This is why we're going through so much of poverty, so much. And then it's, oh, wow, look at that. Bridging everything. Bridging all of our truths, really waking things up. Because when you wake up the people, you can't stop the people from confronting the government, because there's way more of us than there are of them. So I sat here and told myself, you're doing exactly what you need to do. Wake up your people and give them what they need. I have given 4 or 5 soul retrievals for free and still want to keep doing it, because the more I wake up, the more we all wake up. The more I teach soul retrieval, the more they teach it. And then the more all of us, as we the people, can freaking get our lives back on track, feel safe in our own country, and feel safe enough that we're not having to worry about our own government sticking their nose in other people's business. That there's no need for that. Okay, yeah, guard ourselves, but why we got to put ourselves in other people's butts? I don't agree with that either, just to be personally honest. I mean, this is why I personally feel why all those other countries are very mad at us, okay? Because we keep sticking our nose up their butts and being nosy. And we're so worried about learning how we can live off of this earth than to fix our own planet that we keep killing. Exactly. And I feel like this is feeling and seeing all of that and flowing within what you can do for yourself and giving yourself that energy of union, that making amends in your own energy. And, I've had to just the other night go through another soul retrieval for myself. I could tell I needed it. My cards were even laying out. You need a soul retrieval, honey. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. And then my son came in the room and I'm like, well, while I'm doing it for me, let's give you another one, and I can see the difference. Even my mom did. My mom mentioned something to my son. She was like, oh my gosh, you didn't do what you usually do. That's wonderful. Good job. And I'm like, oh, good job, Christian. That's amazing. See, you're doing great. I'm seeing the difference. I am seeing the results. I'm telling you, I feel this is what's going to give us the result we have all been waiting for. We have all really been working for, So, yeah, a lot of this connectivity and ancestral wisdom and radical acceptance. Yes. So I feel the more we really push the understandings and the sharing of soul retrieval, I truly feel the more we will be able to see the results and the possibility of world union. Okay. I did not used to feel this was possible. I was I wanted it to be possible. I wanted to work for it to be possible. I wanted to create a way for it to be possible. And now I see it so much more possible than any other direction in all of our lives, especially if you feel the same way. Like, everyone deserves to be happy on this earth. Everyone deserves to be able to live a healthy, fulfilling life. We don't all have to create ourselves to be 1%. We can all, just follow within our own direction that means the most to us. Because if your true direction in your heart is a different direction than to be a specific 1% famous whatnot, then you're not truly following your heart, your soul's path, or your heartfelt calling. And if you do, you become the sublimation and the energy of the true wealth, that true element of soul 1% that a lot of us are like, no, we need to make this more than 1% within us. And I feel like I'm finally finding a way. I feel like I'm finally like being able to do it. And then now I just have to just let it roll and keep it going and just keep my heart into it, keep the belief, and just watch it just grow and grow and grow. And I believe it is extremely possible now, just like it says on this fortune cookie that I just keep there for myself. Everything is possible, or everything is impossible until someone does it. This has been one of the most impossible things that everyone wished for, but we never knew how even it could be possible. And I literally put my whole life into just trying to create it to be possible, as I keep focus on my own fulfillment, my own accountability, responsibility, and my true power, my true right of power within myself, and the sublimation of the self, and being one, and connecting with the whole universe on all of it, and expanding this energy out. Because the more we have a lot of us expanding this energy out, the more the energy is just naturally going to keep expanding, and it's going to hit other people. And then naturally this energy will send out these pieces. It will illuminate these pieces. And if you have, this is the secret door, okay, for some of you. If you are a lot like a Buddha type of energy, passage of Buddha type of energy, the more you ignite and call in the intention to call in your pieces, it is possible to do so without going through soul retrievals. This is y'all's back door. Now, there is an element where some people are going to be called with playing with and working with soul retrieval, but I feel there's a back door for a lot of these people. They're going to be able to sit within this and call and ignite. Call and ignite. But you gotta trust your power. You've got to trust your right use of power to be able to do this. You have the capability, but do you believe that you have the capability? That's the whole thing. If you believe you have the capability, anything's possible. You can make anything possible. But if you don't believe you have the capability, then yeah, you may need help, or or there's going to be the kind of rebalancing act happening all the time with it. So Yeah. Okay, cool. There's something about this. Makes sense why the shaman dream was very important for me to get. Like, I felt it. Because I only saw this deck. And then I realized, or I saw, I think it was like an ad or some sort of like, oh, this is also by, this person, this artist and whatnot. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, Shaman Dream. Oh, okay. So it was like a dream kind of like come true. So I was like, okay, that seems like a need too. But yeah. And then I'm actually starting to get to the point to where I'm telling myself, okay, you have everything you need. You don't need more cards. Like I could tell my spirit guides, I can hear my spirit guides telling me that you don't have to keep collecting cards. You don't have to put the initiative out there to get more cards. You don't have to, because you're going eventually to step into a new line of work. And I was like, why would I want to do that? Oh, okay. And then they were like, you will do this still, but not as much as you do. This is helping you to root and ground and solidify your mending self. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Beginner's mind, deep dive, group thinking, repairing the veil, right use of power, the crown of games. So you're playing within the rules of all of everything. So that's so funny. I can hear my person going, yep, okay, I can see that actually in what I'm doing. I was like, whoa, that was a surprise. That was cool. And it was weird because the universe actually sent me someone that, like, 'cause I'm telling y'all, like, when it comes to this, because I keep hearing so many people being able to, like, talk to their people, getting messages from their people, and I'm just like, well, am I wrong? Like, am I really pushing or holding on to something that's not true? But it's like, when that hit me, I'm like, he's an even though. He's an even though. Everyone else, I can see it was a because. I was there because they were always there for me. I adored them because they saw something in me. They loved things about me that I couldn't. So, it was real thinking. It was real thinking. And it really opened me. And then I looked back at this this guy that just, he's so heartfelt and just trusts that his person's going to come back, because she had to leave for school classes for a specific amount of time, and then he believes she's going to come back, and he full-heartedly into it. And he said he didn't have that much belief into it until he started watching my videos. And I was like, I triggered this in him, and then that energy is being sent to me. So I awoke in this in someone else, and they're sending this to me like their soul is telling me, like, don't give up, you're right. Like, and it was, I don't think I could have asked for a better person, to be personally honest, to, like, help me with that. Because it was rough. I really felt like I should have given up. I really felt like I was pushing and doing things that was not right. But even though I felt like it was a need, I felt called. I heard his call. I heard it years ago when pictures were being shown to me, I heard his call. I heard the heart. I heard the calling out to the gods. I could see it. And I was like, I know what that feels like. I go through that. And I had to look away. And even though I felt like this person, that's what I'm saying, even though I felt like this person hated me, I understood their heart. And I felt understood in that moment. Because I didn't feel like anyone understood what that calling was like. And that's what that person brought to me. And like, it really opened my heart even more. And I'm very thankful. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move forward because I'm falling apart. That's how I truly feel. Oh. And there's a lot of people out there that's going through the same thing. And I just, it was hard because I'm hearing about other people kind of like, having their little communication. And as I don't want to be jealous, but at the same time, I had to look at that in myself. Well, am I not doing good? Am I illusionifying myself? Am I in a delusion? But then it's like the 5D energy, it was completely against all those thoughts. Like my mind and my heart was not in the same team. And I am really working so hard to put my mind and heart in the same team. And it is very hard. Very hard to get your heart and mind on the same team when one is like, that just doesn't make sense. The other one's like, but I feel it. And this like, but look at the facts. And this one's like, but I feel it. And it's like, is that all you have to say? You don't have more than that? Isn't that all it should be? Isn't that all what matters? Is the fact you feel it? And this is like, supposed to be. So, yeah, put that out there. Woo. That deep dive, y'all. I mean, that deep dive. And even Fairy Moon Terror, she runs into her person. It like, and I'm like, wow, you get to be behind them in their car. I don't even get to have a glimpse or even have a little talk. I was like, I don't even have that. I have 5D world, but this feels a little crazy. Y'all have some tangible stuff to go with y'all's 5D world. Oh man. But I take that back at the same time because I have like very, very minute, tiny piece of like hidden communication, and it's very hidden. So I do see that, and I did see that, but also at the same time, I don't want to be one that assumes, like why be one that assumes stuff like that? But it's so cool because they made a mask, and there was a point, there was one piece part of their mask that I'm like, there's no other reason why you would put that there. No other reason why that wouldn't be there. And I was like, nope, can't think of any other reason why that would be there. And I can see why it would be so small. So it's not as noticeable. So don't think I don't see some of these things, especially if you are sending those specific messages. So I do. Focus on beginner's mind. We got the arrow, focus, deep dive task to the jaguar. Oh, goodness. All right. Clear mind, heart of the sky. Wow. Well, isn't that just a freaking, to me, in my face, like, keep your mind clear and listen to your heart of the sky. Okay. I will keep doing my best. But it hurts. And it's scary. It is so scary. Because what if I'm blocking myself? What if I'm, all these what ifs, and I can only imagine their what ifs too. I mean, especially with some of the things that I may not even know behind the scenes, and I know what it feels like when it comes to certain freaking things behind the scenes and can't talk about it, and you feel like you're dying and laying down in your own grave. I know what it feels like. And this is why I express such an emphasis on stay-at-home moms and help, because there are men out there that seek specific women like that so they can control, so they can beat them down, so they can have what they want in their household. And there's nothing, or they're completely tied and wrapped in fear over even saying or even letting someone know what's truly happening behind closed doors. And that's not just in a woman's perspective either, because there's women out there that do that to some of the most kindest men that would never do anything like that, that would never even allow themselves to raise a hand and allow themselves to take abuse from a woman. I've heard some readings of some karmic situations of men taking scars from women because women want the control over them. So it goes both ways, and it's so heartbreaking. And there's programs out there, but what about other factors that's involved? These programs need to think about some of these things a little bit more than to tell these people to pack a bag and leave, because I ended up in jail over packing a bag and leaving my situation and everything being turned on me and losing my capability to be able to work in the medical field because of wrongly being persecuted over saving my own life. So that doesn't work. And I just want that to get fixed so badly. And this is why I stuck to YouTube, because this stuff spreads, and it spreads like wildfire. And we are calling out for real help, not to be shut down and not to feel like we have to stay behind closed doors, because there's truly no one out there to help. That's where I feel there's a huge repairing of this veil going on, because I don't feel a lot of these organizations truly see the impact that this has on people, and how someone with such beautiful and strong manipulation powers can literally trigger to make that person that's a victim look worse, and literally be able to make the justice system look at them like they're perfect. I have had that happen to me. This needs to be fixed. This needs to be looked at, and this needs to be taken seriously. It really does. It's greatly important. I mean, this is the right use of power. This is taking accountability. And this is taking accountability for what our own systems have been allowing to happen. Because we put them in charge to take care of this, to have help, and they're not using it right or giving it enough to make sure. I mean, why even have the organization if you're not even making sure? No, then your organization's not even working. It has a cracked foundation. You can't build a castle on a cracked foundation. The castle is going to fall apart. This is what's happening to all of our organizations. You keep funding it, but we're not seeing any of it. I mean, or only special people are seeing it. Okay, like, wow, the magic of being a seer. Okay, right use of power when it comes to truly being able to see, seeing things for what it truly is, and allowing the truth to be revealed, the truth within everything. Because if you try to give a little bit of truth but hold back so much other stuff, that's not real truth. That's not giving it everything it needs to have. That's not giving it a strong foundation. You have to have everything. You have to have everything revealed. Even some of the most darkest corners, it needs to be shown. Wow, it's smoky mirror fell upside down. I feel that's very good. So a lot of these clouds are being washed away because, man, I tell y'all what, I am really pushing a lot of my energy, especially with being an illumination of a representation of what a unicorn does. A unicorn stands, protects the forest. A unicorn makes sure everything is in order, working order. A unicorn, he just brings wishes to come true. That's what I believed a unicorn does. A unicorn's there because they know they're needed. They're there because they know they can do something. They know that they're there for a reason, and they're going to do it, and they're going to do it in its most purity. That's what a unicorn is, like the most purest of pure. And I'm not saying I'm the most purest of pure, but I called myself that because I wanted to be that for myself, and it worked. And then now, because it worked for me, I want to be able to somehow do it for everyone, but not have this overbearing responsibility of everyone in a way. But the fact that I crack open something and it sends out to everyone and it makes it work, that is what I'm creating. Oh, wow, look at that. Calling and sending out. I mean, that's the drum with that, like waking up the ancients, waking up and calling, all you that believe in the star people. I mean, and the ones that are like, the aliens. There is a lot of stuff going out people saying that they had communication with them and they're willing to help, but we have to change. We're going through an extreme test right now, and I see it. That's not freaking bullcrap. I can see it, and I can see it even in my own functions and my own brain, and hear it and call to it and talk about it. I mean, it takes a lot of courage to talk about some of these things, It takes a lot of courage to make a stand and be like, this is exactly what happened to me. And this is why I want to create this bridge. It was always meant to be. I apparently wanted, obviously, to go through all that. So I'm not sending all blame on that person, or I'm not sending any blame. Let me correct that. Let me wash that. Okay. No. Okay. There's no blame on that person. They were all, in whatever their own thing. Anyone, they went through abuse too. That's why, abused abuse. So, and that function is very true. The abuse. So that's crazy because the drum is 15 and the stars in the sky, limitless possibility, is 51. That's that mirror energy. 15 and 51. That's trippy. Wow. Many paths. Many paths going to one. Many paths coming to one. Some of you, if there's a message, someone finding their way home. They're finding their way home. And they've shifted their vision. Like, it was shifted, but it's shifted on another level of purpose. They're seeing their purpose. Your person is seeing their purpose within their dynamic with you. They didn't used to see it. They wondered, well, what do I have to play? They're seeing theirs. Because they didn't want to leech off of your purpose. They wanted to see their purpose that played a part into theirs as well. And this is what's creating more possibility for union. This is why there was blocks. Because they needed to see theirs too. And they didn't realize what it was. They didn't know. But they knew it wasn't right. It wasn't the time yet because they just didn't see where they played a role in it. They're getting clarity on the journey. Wow, look at that. Hey, they're coming out of the ghost dance and seeing the magic in their journey. That's bombing. Because that's the magic, the giveaway, understanding, the witness. So the one that's been watching you, the ghost dance. They were in this ghost dance. Ghost dance to find, they found themselves, but to find their purpose within the many paths towards this as well, like you. Just like you. They wanted to be able to be this exact mirror. They wanted to be this and be able to mirror it, be a mirror this way, and then be also both y'all be mirrored out that way. And then if you're like this, there's no imbalance. And if you're like this, there's no friction. It's nothing but like mirroring elements of love. But also ignition, understanding on all levels, not just on, well, I don't understand something, or da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's a dance. This dance. The greatest nectar. Revelation. They got the revelation of their greatest nectar. And putting the pieces together. Yep, they put the pieces together. They put their pieces together too. A lot of these heightened awareness of couples are about to come into union. And they're about to come into union because basically, I would feel it's the opportunity of these unions, many paths, all going to one. All of them are going in an energy. I would feel a huge energy of like the build of this new circle, the circle but with everyone. This makes sense why, even though there's friction between us and a bunch of different countries, they know English, and I find that very interesting. Actually, a lot of them have put an initiative into learning English, and I feel like it actually was a part of their own fulfillment energy, but I don't feel that they knew this was another reason why. So there's a lot of communication, there's collaboration when, it's almost like a new buildup of an idea of Babylon, like how everyone came together and then they tried to build something to God, but it broke down, da da da. Well, I feel like what we're doing is we're kind of doing that. We're all of these unifications are all going to come together and create the tower, but the tower that stays here, the tower that illuminates the balance here, and not try to create a tower up there because they thought that up there would be where happiness is. That's going to be different. That's why it's the galactic mushroom, the matrix, and many paths. So this is coming in. This is possible now. We are all creating this to be possible. World Union. World Union is coming. World Union is coming. World Union is coming. Holy cow. Sweet. And we're going to bring up all these ideas together. Ah, yes. We're going to see it. We're going to see it. We're going to see it. Oh, we're going to see it. We're going to be a part of it. Yes. Okay, cool. What else? Wow. I'm not allowed to get tarot cards. That's cool. All right. Wow, we're already at an hour. Wow, 1:22:22 when I saw it. That was wicked. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end it then. Yeah, we'll end it. Self-worth. Number 2. That number 2 means the world to me. I find, it was either on the first or the second, but I know the second was when I received communication back from my person. But I ended up when I first started this soul healing thing, I broke down and expressed all of my feelings. I thought that was confronting everything, was confronting my secret was to tell someone, hey, I have all these crazy fucking feelings, this is da da da, and goodbye. It was such a cop-out. And then they messaged me back. Oh, they had to actually make a new profile to message me back. And was like, you didn't even give me a chance to speak. I was like, I didn't think you would want to talk. You were in a relationship and I just exposed a lot of feelings I had for you. And I didn't feel like that was actually very nice of me, but and I guess in a way I was trying to do you a favor. And I don't know. I just knew that I had to say it. Even though it was I should have known before I did that. Because it's this person came to me and I told them I want your heart. And then I was I didn't know why. I just knew in myself that's just what I wanted. And other than that, I was I didn't just want that. I don't want your heart. I was I don't want your heart. And then it was I guess I came to the feelings. It was yeah, these are real feelings. And then told the person, okay, yeah, I don't just want your heart. I am in love with you, dude. And I don't know why, but I'm in love with you. Bye. Man. Yeah, that doesn't work. And like I got stuck with those. I totally not got stuck. That was not nice. That did not work. It did not take from those feelings at all. If anything, it actually just like made me have more awareness over the fact that I. So yeah, let's move on. Anyway, release Shaman song within and joy. Oh wow, 1718. One right after the other. So yeah, I totally know what y'all mean. Because I went through some of the wildest things, and I've done some weird things. And then feel bad, and I'm like, man, that's just not right. And I'm like, yeah, but what else am I supposed to do? Like sit here and keep bottling this crap up, and then breaking and breaking and breaking and shattering, and then like turning into this resentful person? No, it's like I couldn't. No. So I have disrespected some relationships, y'all. I am not the most perfect person, but I have not disrespected that relationship on is a different kind of level. But I have on another one, but I felt it was because of resentment, because of that one disrespecting mine. So yeah, I've been revengeful too. So, and those are not good energies because it tore me up more than anything. I even had to tell that person, even if that person didn't believe me. I told them. And I was like, just hope you know. And I'm sorry, but I'm being manipulated too. So I'm having the spiritual path used in a way to manipulate me in this factor. So anyway, went through that. Hummingbird again. We got 2 hummingbirds on this board. That's amazing. And we got blue jay again. Wow. We had blue jay yesterday, I'm pretty sure. That was crazy. That's crazy. I'll go ahead and get sparrow too then. And that's interesting too, because this sparrow has roses, and there was one point in time, I think it was when I was really shattered over my emotions and felt like blocked, and I just kind of wanted to run away from it. And so I started talking to this guy. His name was Sparrow. Well, he called himself Sparrow. And I always thought he was pretty cool. You know, he was into a lot of the same stuff I was into, kind of like magical paths and stuff. And that's very important for me. But there was a lot of element of kind of like really honoring. They liked Crowley's work, and I have very off feelings. Not that I don't like him. I have off feelings. I don't know what it is. I'm not all the way for sure why, but I have off feelings about Crowley's work, okay? And he sent me a picture of this. It was on his screensaver of his laptop because, I mean, I'm like, he's a pretty cool person, but I would have had to move to New York. And he had on the screensaver, it was literally the devil, like the depiction of the devil, like on the Match.com commercial. That guy, he was actually on the screen. He was on the screen, and the reason why he showed me a picture of it was because he was playing with unicorns. And I thought that was cool, but something hit my heart and was like, this is a warning. This is a heavy warning. And I decided to not do it. And then I moved in with my son's father. I started having, because I really was going to, because of a lot of things that was happening in my quote unquote home life that was really ripping me apart besides my emotional turmoil. There was a lot of other things that was happening that was really ripping me apart. And I had to. I didn't know what else to do. I was like, nope, go. I was like, okay, I won't go that way, but I need to go somewhere. Like, this is not working. I am going to lose it. I was like, not lose it, but lose myself, like really badly lose myself. And I was working way too hard on trying to recreate and rebuild and heal myself, working way too hard in it. And nope. No, I decided to go against that. I decided to go against that direction and just take it was a difficult road, but it was definitely better. It was better than what I was going through. So, yeah. So sometimes some things, it definitely all happens for a very good reason. And haven't had to go back so far since. And that's just too awesome. All right. So we got release 17. Oh, so apparently, obviously, with me being a little bit triggered with some of those things, I may need to go back into a journeying with that because I am still being triggered, apparently. Shaman, the song within. Okay, I'll wait. Thank you. That was my son's phone, so my old one, and I still have things that I need to change on it, so it still has that. To end sorrow and pain, one must have a keen sense of awareness, a clear and simple mind. Simplicity requires a great deal of discipline, intelligence, and sensitivity. It is not an abstract item. The shaman must summon inner strength, not only of thought, but of the soul. He must surrender, open, and release himself as a cocoon must release the butterfly. Inspiration blows through you like the winds of creation, not blustering, but soft, like the flutter of butterfly wings on your cheek. As clouds part, the sun brings forth the wild sensations of the earth, awakening and bursting with bloom. Opening the rich fertility of your inner heart, new visions burst forth from your chest with the clarity of an eagle's eye. Your soul knows the landscape of your destiny. Trust in this. 18. Joy, the great white hope. The mind that sees a thou is more understanding and compassionate than a mind that sees an it. We are all a part of the whole, and as such, are deserving of mutual respect. The buffalo is the universe's gifts, and the magical white buffalo the coven. The great white hope is a bringer of joy remembered. Oh, wow. Now I really understand what the great white hope understanding is. Like, okay, I get it. Yeah. That's like full on, not just soul retrieving of the people, but soul retrieval of the earth, because they talk about that when it comes to that soul retrieval book, is that maybe basically what's happening is the earth is mirroring to us what it also means. And she says to journey when it comes to going to different places and speak with spirits there, and also do an energy of soul retrieval with them, the spirits of the land. A bringer of joy remember. The great white hope is a bringer of joy remembered. As you hold a white buffalo calf sleeping trustfully in your arms, you overflow with gratitude. You understand the compassion of prayer. You understand that your evolution must not be confined to your own learning, for we each have our own song to share. The tiny butterfly of transformation is upon you. but the luminous halo of faith protects you. You know that death transition is your ally and your final teacher. Pray for the betterment of wrongs that you see all around you and embrace that which symbolizes the paradise on this earth. Painted white, your face symbolizes the trust you have in the goodness of all that lives. Walk in beauty all the days of your life. 17. Oh, wow. 17. And then 17. Oh, 1 plus 7 equals 8. Oh, that was awesome. Sound like a wolf. 17. Did I show y'all hummingbird? I think I showed y'all 17, but I didn't show y'all the hummingbird. She's so gorgeous. I am hummingbird. I am the creator shaman. I am the burst of light in the darkness, whirling and weaving through the patterns of time. I create the nectars of life. I am the fragility of time and the strength of passion. I am the beauty of nature in motion. I advise you to keep your garden in order. I am the fleeing brilliance of the moment. I am the here and the now. When your world has ceased to make sense, I will be the one fluttering at your window. Hover precisely where you are and take a good look around. Take it all in before your next fantastic adventure. Oh, before your next great adventure. I am luminosity. I am the magic that happens with the first breath. I am the life that stirs at dawn. I am the opening of the flower in the spring. There is a miracle in every particle of life. You are spontaneous action. You are divinity made manifest. You are the joy of movement. You are hummingbird. That's awesome. Okay. We have Kingfisher here, and I feel a pull towards to read it. So I'm going to read that one too. I am Kingfisher, master of the deep. I am trivial of the past. I am seeker of the unknown. I am the one you seek into the darkest waters of the mind. I am discovery. I am the extraction of what hinders movement. I am restoration. You have hidden something beneath your surface. I will release you from what ties you to the bottom. Things must come to light now. Indecision must be washed away. I am the promise of new warmth and abundance. I am the one who restores the calm. There is no greater catharsis than the renewal of consciousness. You are released. You are claimer of the dark waters. You are subconscious alignment. You are Kingfisher. That's number 18. Whoa, joy, 18. Holy cow. And then I just heard this really loud. Like, what? It's like it hurts. Okay. All right. Blue Jay, number 2. So apparently right now, this energy is very important. Oh, this is the one I change all the time. I change the most of this one. Here's Blue Jay, y'all. I am Blue Jay, the advantage of a quick wit and intellect. I am the first one heard. I am the brightest one seen. I command attention and I dive right in. I fear nothing and I accomplish what I need. I am the crucial adaptation of a successful life. I have the discipline to master new skills. It is fine to learn new things, but dabbling into many will keep you scattered. I am the need to follow through. I wear the crown of achievement. Hey, we got the crown right there. I am the proper use of knowledge. I'm just going to skip that sentence. You are achieving a smarter way to work with others and not being afraid to stand out boldly. You know, just letting the world know who you are and you're ready to collaborate. I am incomparable in self-certainty. See, that seems a little bit ego on there, but I am the victory in standing in the responsibility of the right use of power. You are going out into the world and accomplishing what you have worked so hard for. Woo, that was hard. Okay. You are presence, you are survival, you are bold ambition, and you are Blue Jay. Okay. I may have to watch this one about myself and put something there of those specific wordings I just said. So now we have, did I show y'all Blue Jay? I can't even remember. It's so beautiful. Okay. Then now we have 32 Sparrow. And it equals 5, so it's like the great shift. I am Sparrow, the enlightenment of self-worth. I am pride and simplicity and honor in the commonplace. I am the one standing vigilant. I am power in numbers and the contentment of being a part of the larger whole. Much of human endeavor thrives on originality, of standing out boldly from the crowd. My wisdom encourages the acknowledgement of the role of community and family to shape your personal destiny. You cannot always fly solo, but you cannot neglect the threads that bind it all together. Right. Even your past, even the rough times, right? You are approaching a time that will require a group effort and a need to blend in while fostering your imprint on the world. It is a mighty gift to flint about the world unseen, and a greater gift to know you have flocks behind you if you need them. You may be pulling back, regrouping, and finding the common ground. You are engaging humanity. You are part of something great. You are open, and you are Sparrow. Wow. Didn't that just fit right into everything? That was cool. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you hit the notification bell, you will be notified of every time I go live. And if you would like a personal reading or contact me about a soul retrieval, the information is in the description box below. And I hope y'all have a beautiful day. And don't forget to share. You never know who else that'll see this and it'll be able to help them as well. And expand the message of what was really heavy in this reading. It was definitely an important one. So thank you all, everyone. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I shall see you next time. Bye.